Hi guys, welcome back. Luke here, Chunky Travellers. Back in the shed. I hope you enjoyed the last video. Ryan had a great time out at the winch truck challenge at Lowmead. So bouncing on from that though, we're back to Maverick because we've got a couple little mods we're going to do. It's just going to be a real short video, nothing crazy. He's pretty much ready to go. We've got the Tune by Chop series anyway at Barra coming up next Saturday. So I'm just going to put the rear brakes back together from the burnouts. We've got a couple of new fan, radiator cap. I've got a little oil leak I'm going to fix up, so we'll fix that up. And then from there, hopefully that's pretty much it. We have got a few other mods to do to it eventually, but we're not going to get into that this time. But hang with us and I'll show you what we are doing. Alright, so the best way to get started when you're doing mods is to pick the easiest one first, because it gives you a little bit of satisfaction and helps you be motivated to continue modifying. So our first mod today is the radiator cap. So this radiator cap is only what, a 16-pound cap, if I'm reading that accurately, but anyway, so it's not enough. So when we're doing skids, it's filling up this overflow because it can't hold the pressure in the radiator itself, which is then pushing coolant into a secondary bottle, which I don't think is even necessary or shouldn't be necessary. So what we're going to do is we've got this little unit. Now this is a 30 plus PSI radiator cap with a relief lever. So this when it's hot, you can pop the lever like so, and it relieves the pressure into your overflow so that you can then open it even when it's hot. But the main thing for this one is that it has a really strong spring, and it's going to hold all our pressure in our radiator so that when we're beating on this thing, we're not losing, which is why I think we're sort of getting some of our heating issues because our coolant is just pushing by the radiator into the overflow. So first mod of the day goes just something like this. Hopefully it fits because I bought it online. Right. And here I am telling you it's going to be the easiest mod of the day. Dang it. There's something tight. What are we tight on here? Maybe I'm just not giving it a good go. Alright, I need 2 hands for this. Now holy heck, that took some effort, but that's on there. So well, we'll just test that one and we'll keep that one nice and safe in our toolbox, because if that one doesn't work, this one will have to do for the drags, because that's all we're doing. So it's pretty easy on the cars really, the drags, so we don't have to worry about overheating or any of those sorts of things. Even though we have restricted our airflow slightly, don't think it's going to be a problem. We do have quite a large fan going on, so our 16-inch fan, it'll move like 2000 CFM. Our previous one would do like 1200, so we can only fit one, and then we'll have a 16-inch and a 12-inch. So hopefully all up we should have about 34 to 3500 CFM instead of the 2500 CFM it was running before. So it should make all the difference hopefully, and if that cap works, I'm pretty confident that should fix most of our issues with overheating. Alright, so as simple as that, and disconnecting your power and earth, that should, if I had 14 hands, would be very helpful too. Interesting. Let's see if I can jam this somewhere down. There we go. Alright, bear with me, need a screwdriver. All right, let's just quickly disconnect this little coolant pipe. Like so. Come on, big girl. Alright, there we go. Just get that out of the way for a second. Which is a bit snuggly wuggly. Then we'll move this one as well, just so I can slide it across that way. And this should make enough room so that I can get, yes I know, whoop, there we go. Make a little mess. Pretty good at that, making a little mess. Now, that should give us the room we need. Just go like so. So as easy as that, we've got those fans out. So, yeah, it's two little 12-inch ones, so we're going to keep one, whichever one, probably that one, and then mount in our new 16-inch fan, which we can unbox and see the difference. So this one we got from VPW online. So this is a 16-inch, which will go like so. So there should be a massive difference in airflow with this one. Yeah, so we had 12-inch and they were about 1,000 to 1,200 CFM. This one on its own is 2,000. So hopefully we're getting, yeah, that just depends what this one is. They're just some cheapie, so they vary quite substantially. So we could be seeing somewhere like 32 to 3,500 CFM of flow in comparison to our 2,500 or whatever. Could have been less, could have been more than before with these two 12 inches. So, and while we've got it out, we're actually going to seal as much of this shroud in there as we possibly can. Obviously a couple of these little cutouts we can't really do much with, but the more sealed we can have it, the better the I don't really know the word. It'll just draw through, it won't suck air from anywhere else, it'll just suck through the radiator. So we'll get more air through the radiator than opposed to it not being sealed around the edges, and it can just suck air from wherever it wants as well. So we're just trying to direct more air through the radiator than anywhere else. So, but that's the plan. So let's chuck this on. I've got a bit of cutting and measuring to do. So we'll see how we go. That went pretty good. The old steel blade, 1mm thick, did alright. Obviously wear your safety gear, safety squints, whatever you've got. Yeah, so that's pretty much our hole. I'm just going to buff these up, flatten out our little tangs here, so we get a nice good seal. We might even whack a bit of seal around the fan, see how we go, just to be sure. So, and then once that's on, we can then line up our holes, drill our holes, and then, my friends, we have a 16-inch radiator fan. So we're going to put these fans back in, and I'm just going to use this. So it's just called Handy Seal. What we're going to do is just run it around all the outside of our fan shroud, and hopefully try and seal as much air in. Well, what it's going to do is just try to draw all the air through the fans and through the radiator, not try and squeeze out through the edges or whatnot. So that's what we're going to do now. Try and seal up this as best we can, and we can move on to trying to fit the brakes and do a couple other little things before the weekend, because we have drag racing coming up. What are we, Thursday? So Friday, Saturday, going drag racing. So I've got to pull my finger out. All right, so there we go. Bit of nice and thick actually. This is like a 1/2 inch thick foam. So we've laid that on there, and also down the sides here, which was probably our biggest problem. This already had seal, and it sort of butts up nice and flat, but yeah, so this is our main issue down here. So hopefully that makes all the difference. And yeah, well, let's throw this in and move on to something cooler. All right, so we've got this fan back in, and now if this doesn't fix our cooling issues, I really have no idea what will. This baddie is huge in comparison to what we had, so it takes up about 80% of the radiator now, instead of the 12-inch that took up about 50%. So yeah, that should fix our issue. So we've got a little oil leak under the, I'm pretty sure it's just one of the spark plug seals, like on top for the cover, rock cover. So I'm going to check that out. Then we just throw some rear brakes in the back, bleed the brakes, and I think we're all pretty much, like, other than maybe some stuffing around that I might do just to fix a few things that I'm not quite happy with. While I've got time, I will. But yeah, Bobby's on his way to being ready. All right, so we're having a win. Sorted. Cooling system's good, cap's holding, fans come on beautifully at 80 degrees. It doesn't go anywhere near 85 to 86, which is perfect. Comes down to like 78 when the fan's on, even better. We've got the back end, so this side, change the wheels over obviously, put the brake pads back in. So then, yeah, so obviously we want brakes all around for drag racing and what we can do is just hit our valve. So when we need to lock the brakes up for our burnout, pull the valve, then open the valve when we're ready to go. So just thought I'd quickly show you the sort of half the process. All right, so we use a spacer, an adapter to go from, because these stick out a bit and it stops our burnout tires from sitting on, because this is larger diameter than the other one. So space them out, so get rid of them. Then we 12 mil. So all we do, undo this lower bolt, this will fold up, put our pads back in, tighten it down, throw our big tire back on. So and that's pretty much the process of like getting this thing drag ready over burnout. So it's just a spacer pretty much, and then swap the tires and rims. So super simple. We still run a factory diff. This is just a GQ diff that we had shimmed up really tight, so it's pretty much a locker. And never had any dramas. We sort of got a bit of flack for that, but it seems to have held up this whole time, which is great. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. Who knows how long these will last, but cross that bridge when we get to them. So yeah, just a couple little checkovers now once I've done this, and ready to rock and roll. All right guys, we're gonna end it off there. We're done, ready to race. So I hope you guys enjoy the racing on the weekend if you head out there. But yeah, that's it for this episode, and we'll see you on the next one.